Okay, I'm going to take a bit of an insane video. Insane because the way people drive in Malta is ridiculous. But anyway, this is the Agatha Barbara statue, and this is Marsa Scala Street, and this is where my grandmother grew up down there. I haven't been able to pinpoint the exact house yet, but I will. I know it's number 22 Marsa Scala Street. The problem is the numbers I don't think are coinciding with what they were in the 1920s. Now, there's the church, if you can see. Wait, let me not get hit by a car. This is Zabbar, Malta, by the way, which is southwest, a little north of Marsa Scala. This used to be all part of Marsa Scala. See the church and the Agatha Barbara statue? Agatha Barbara is a bit of a heroine of mine. Hello? Everyone looks very suspicious of me, which they should. Look at that old door. I adore these old doors. Anyway, I am taking you to a very special place. It is a place full of happy and sad memories, a place of progress, a place of work. Wait, is this too... Let me just... Sorry for the shaky video, but I'm carrying a lot of books on my back and on my front. See, books? But anyway, see this butcher shop? Okay, so let me get a better perspective. This butcher shop and next door, which is called Dual Zone for mobile phones, which ironically I went into today to buy a cover for my cell phone or mobile. This was where my dad was born. See that that window where my Aunt Mary was born and where Tony Camilleri was born, and I'm not sure about Janie if she was born in there. And so what's the history here? Well, I'm not sure. No. I know that at some point Winston Scicluna and Mariana Figallo and their children had lived down the Marsa Scala Street that way, past the statue. The statue was the site of a water pump, and that's where everyone came to get their water. Now, I guess it was conveniently located when they moved down here. I'm not sure who got it first. I know my grandmother's sister, Chetta Camilleri, and her husband, Michael Camilleri, they lived there. Nannu told me where the butcher sign is, that's where their kitchen was. And then this was their bedroom. And Nanna and her mother shared one bedroom. And I guess Michael and his wife and their kids shared another room. They didn't have a bathroom. They didn't have a kitchen. They just had two bedrooms. And where did they go to the bathroom? Well, they went four doors down. So let me cross the street, because Nannu said 4 doors down, but I'm not 100% sure which door. So we've got one door there, one door there. People are looking at me like I'm nuts. A garage door, and then there's a door, and then there's a showroom. So hold on a second. Hello. So this door, I think this is the house, honestly. That was Joe Scicluna's, so Nanna's brothers. She had 2 brothers, and they bought that house, and that house had a bathroom, but it was outdoors, and that was the bathroom that everybody in that house used for that house. And they didn't have a kitchen, and the men lived there. So Winston Scicluna, the father, lived with his sons, Joe and Charles, here, and Nanna and Aunt Chetta lived there, and Tia Jana, her other sister, Aunt Jane, lived down the other direction. That's another story, but she was married, and she actually was brought up by her aunt and uncle, because I guess there were just too many mouths to feed. So she had a better life down that way, which I'll do another video. But so here, I think it was Uncle Charles in Australia who got married to Aunt Louise. So that's where the Australian people come in. They were born, so Joe had Charles, which is like the father of all my cool Australian people, and then Annette, the other cool Australian people, and Frank, also other cool Australian people. So all that Australian contingent grew up there. And then when they all left for Australia, I don't know, I have the exact dates, but I don't remember them. I think it's 1951. But when they all left, let's see, how did it work? When they all left, I think my grandfather and my grandmother's brothers organized Winston and Mariana to live in Marsascala. And then, anyway, so before then, I guess my father and my Aunt Mary was born in that house. But then when they moved to that house, and that's where my Aunt Tessie was born. And my grandfather, built it. He built, over there in that house, he, sectioned off a section of the bedroom, and they had, something called a Valor, which is a cooking heater, and he had, a table with knickknacks. But here, I think he installed electricity, and he turned the house, toilet into, an indoor toilet. And he made it really nice, and then the landlord wanted to kick him out and keep it, and my grandfather refused because back then they couldn't kick you out. And then my grandfather was like, oh, you can have it when I move out. And he was paying £5 a year for the house, which is something like $23 a year for the house. And then, let me just finish the story. What do I remember? Oh, then he had his bass player's daughter move in, and she had, I think she had a tailor shop or something, but then she was married to a policeman. And that's all I have to say about these houses. So, one thing I guess that's important is the street. Again, it's Marsascala Street, but of course, Malta being Malta, can't really say anything, can't really make anything easy. So it doesn't say Marsascala Street or anything remotely looking like Marsascala. Instead, it's see if I can pronounce it. My Maltese is really bad. Ilyana. Nope. Ilyan, something like that. Anyway, Agatha Barbara is a hero of mine, heroine. Very cool. Don Mintoff appointed her to be, if I remember correctly, labor secretary and education secretary, and she's the one who made education compulsory for kids in the 50s and instituted free high school and college. And love her. Yay, heroine for feminists, probably a lesbian, because my grandfather remembers her, and her brother, whom he called effeminate, but he was the accordion player in their band, the Jive Timers, before Charlie Scicluna took over. And of course, Charlie Scicluna introduced there's the church, my grandparents together, so I owe my existence to my friend's father. Sorry for all the mess ups, but I'm carrying a lot here. Anyway, take care. Look at the church. Where is it? Let's see. Before I go, we'll zoom in on that. It really is beautiful. But these cars are not. But the church remains. Bye.